Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. If you are new to the channel, big warm welcome. My name is Tristan Mortlock. This is Captain's Vlog. We have just lit an anchor on the north side of Elba. Just cruising around now. This guy's just ordered his course. And there's Elba there. Elba is better known for Napoleon, who was imprisoned here all those years ago. And we are heading now to a place called Portoferraio, where Napoleon had his prison, or mansion as I like to call it. And we're going to show you, I'm going to show you how we dock alongside, because apart from the video I was teaching Jason, I don't think I've done a video where I was docking alongside. So it's on the old wall in the port, and it's very, very low down the wall in relation to the water level. So we need to make sure all the fenders are right down to the water line. We've got a bit of storms coming in later this afternoon, so we want to get there pretty quick. And yeah, to show you how we do it, it's got crew on the aft, crew on the bow with the lines, and hope you guys enjoy this video. Right, so we were anchored here. Okay, we're coming around this headland. You can see I've gone off track here to avoid some traffic. There's some sailing boats here. So this is us here. Come back on track, and then we kind of come around here. Let me just zoom in a bit there. And we're going to anchor, not anchor, so we're going to dock in this port here and alongside this wall here on our port side. And that's the plan. The POA, guys, the POA, plan of action. Because we got some horrible weather coming in. Horrible. Mind you, last night it was gusting 35 knots in that anchorage. It was not so pleasant. But we were anchored on the north side of the island, the wind's coming from the south, so it wasn't big swell, just heavy winds. We expect more of the same later this afternoon, but the wind has done a 180, so it's now going to be coming from the northwest, sorry. And it's going to be pumping, absolutely pumping. Anyway, make our ways into port, nice and safe. At the moment it's only 13, 14 knots of wind, so still safe enough to dock. And yeah, we'll be in nice, snug as a bug tonight. Right guys, so we're here at the moment, as you can see, and then we're going to come around this corner into the port here. So we're going to start reducing speed shortly. And once we start reducing speed, the guys put the fenders out, so we've gone down to minimal speed. Is that a little sailing boat? That is a little sailing boat, wow. You guys can see in the camera, but just right there, you see, there's a little tiny little sailor. Okay, we're going to start slowly reducing speed. I'm going to put into manual steering, slightly to starboard. Bit of a wake here from that ferry. Look how dirty the windows are. Look at that bloody muddy rain again. It rained, then we wiped, then it rained, and then it drizzles for like 2-3 minutes and it stops, makes the boat all brown again from that red rain. Very frustrating. Okay guys, clear to put fenders out, Reduce the speed. Okay, now on channel 9. Louisa from Motio AWOL.
AWOL, Louisa, good evening, Captain.
Yes, very good afternoon, Louisa. Okay, we're just approaching. Are we all clear to enter the port?
Yes, you come inside slow, and arrive at the for sure your berth.
Okay, copy. And just to confirm, we'll be alongside port side, correct?
Yes, your berth is port side alongside side turning in the central pier.
Okay, copy that. Proceeding in. Thank you very much. Now, as I get a bit closer, I will take control on the port side bridgeway. So I've got to get the sunnies out, very important. And that glare coming off the sun off the boat. The white paint.
Are we going to this dock which is like very low?
We're not going to that one. We're not sure what the dock looks like yet.
Jason, no, we are going to that dock, port side. We're going to the same dock, so fenders, all fenders down to waterline. Fenders down to waterline. Okay guys, I'm going to put it into neutral now. Do the changeover on the steering. Put both steering pumps on. Turn this stupid alarm off. And I'm going to take the port side wing station. Take control of the steering. Control the engines, bow thruster, test it, make sure it's working. Steering's good. Test the thruster. That's good. Test the propulsion. And that's also good. See, it's a lot calmer in the bay here, huh? We'll see. Well, if it continues like this, we can do water sports in here. How calm I thought it was going to be. Okay. You guys can.
We'll go to 6.
You can go to 6.
Okay, if you need us, we're on 6.
So we don't know height of the...
We do. Port side, fenders down to waterline. Yeah.
We decided to go into the usual spot on the other side.
That's, yeah. Some correction on these fenders. There we go. And they go in. Alright, so this is obviously the calm before the storm, guys. This is the best time to come into port. Bit of a breeze. So right guys, so I'll be giving some commentary here. So we've got the berth dead ahead of us, so I need to do a 180 with the vessel. So I'm going hard over to starboard side, engaging a head on the port engine and a stern on the starboard engine, also using the bow thruster to starboard bit by bit to help speed things up slightly and bring the vessel right around. Do the 180. So as you can see here, Jason's just finalizing the preparation of the bow line. So he's got a forward bow line and then a aft leading spring, and then once we are docked, we'll have a ground line as well. So it's a little bit tricky, this berth. I'll show you why shortly, or explain to you why shortly. So what's important here is the conditions are in our favor. We've got about 7-8 knots of wind, and it'll be on our starboard beam, the wind, but nothing too hectic. So as you can see, that's the wash there from the bow thruster, and as we bring the vessel round, I'll start engaging just starboard and stern and leaving the port now probably in neutral. And then I just kick the stern a bit more around, just engaging a little bit on port ahead, just to swing it around that stern a bit more towards the dock where I need to be in order to line up to come alongside nicely. Yes please, and just be my eyes on starboard side with the ground lines. So what I've just told Andre is the vessel that will be on our starboard side has ground lines coming off the bow into the water. So what I'll make sure is we don't get those caught in our rudders, our propellers, or our stabilizers. So I need to find the right distance from the vessel on our starboard side and the right distance from the vessel on our port side. So he'll be giving me distances instruction wise. I don't really want to come closer than 2 to 3 meters from the ground lines, subject to the angle of the vessel in relation to the ground line. So we're not coming back completely straight, we're actually approaching this, so you can see at a bit of an angle. The reason being, this vessel that will be here on our port quarter, you can see they have their tender in the water. And the tender protrudes my dock, so I've got to come a bit of an angle.
It's straight astern.
I will go a little bit to the port.
So basically, Andres is saying come a bit more to port, we're getting a bit too close to the ground lines on starboard. As you can see, the stern's coming down more to port. And then once we're lined up, I'll come both engines on astern slightly. And do remember, I'm not always in gear. Sometimes you just want to leave the boat to drift in by itself nicely and take your time, nice and smooth, nice and slow coming in.
I can see the tender on port side, yeah.
And good communication with the deck team.
30 to ground line, 30.
So we've got 30 meters to that ground line on the starboard side, which is fine, happy with that. As you can see from this camera angle, the dock where we're coming alongside is very, very low down. That's why we have the fenders down to the water line.
Starboard side looks good. 20 meters, lateral distance 5.
So we've got 20 meters now on the distance on the ground line from the vessel on the starboard side. Coming in nice and slow. There's no rush here. There's not too much wind. If it was windier, the process will need to be a lot quicker because the wind does have a huge influence on the maneuverability of the vessel. That noise you can hear there, that's the bow thrust, and just correcting the bow slightly, bring it slightly to port. And now we've got 5 meters to the ground line on our starboard side, as Andres just indicated on the radio. As they say, slow is pro, but we had the conditions. Now you can see on the dock there, we've got the gentlemen, the 2 chaps there in the white polo shirts. They are the dock assistants. And then this guy is the captain on this boat, shouting 7 stars, which is the shipyard that we were in last winter. Not really great etiquette when you're shouting at other crew when you're in the middle of chartering your guests on board on the sun deck, but you know, hey ho. And then you'll see the situation now is when Jason throws the bow line. This is why communication is so important. Ahead of time, the port authorities should have told us that we need shackles ready. They didn't. That lady I was waving at, that's Louisa, the agent in Elba. Anyway, going back to shackle, they didn't tell us we needed a shackle. You'll see now shortly. And then so through the lines, or Jason through the line, we weren't instructed to handle shackles, so now it kind of delays our docking a bit because Jason's now got to put out the shackles. This is why communication between the port authorities and us is very important ahead of time, so we can be prepared before even entering port. That noise you heard there is Jason throwing the shackles to the dock assistants.
Okay, the fenders need to go down, Andre, on port side. Drop the fenders on port side, they're too high.
So the instruction I gave there is dropping the fenders slightly lower down, they're still a little bit high. This dock, from the top of the dock to the waterline, was about 20 centimeters. Very, very low down. It's not ideal dock to come alongside without a bow line, sorry, a ground line pulling you off the dock. So what we'll do now is we will put a port spring onto the dock on the stern to get the stern out, and shortly after the next vessel coming in this dock, it's a sailing vessel, we'll be attaching a ground line through the starboard fair lead onto the starboard cleat.
Do we have a ground line putting us off the dock or not? What's that rope there do? That rope going in the water, is that a ground line?
So that rope does turn out to be the ground line, and then we managed to attach it.
Andre, can you ask them for a
Trying to
ground
grab the
line,
attention
please,
of
to get
the
our
systems.
nose off the dock?
Copy. Saying that some boats arriving, so after that.
As you can see, there's another vessel arriving.
Copy.
Okay, copy. We don't have much wall to protect with defenders. That's a problem.
Is on the way to you now.
So the concern here is when the wall's so low down, the dock wall, is defenders can actually pop out and rest on the dock, and therefore the paint will get scratched and damaged.
And then you get a ground line to put us off. Okay. Andre, let's get a port spring to the other side. It gets us off the dock, you know what I mean? From the port quarter to the dock after us.
From all sides make a spring, right?
That is correct, yeah.
Yeah, so that will keep the stern off the dock, and then we've got to wait for the ground line to get the bow off the dock. And that's it, guys. We're docked. Now turning off these are the steering. So the steering prop number 1 going to turn off, steering prop number 2 off, and then main engines 1 and 2 off.
And we go to AIS and we edit that, and we are going to be, no, we are now moored. Apply that, and then we apply the status here. That's good. We can turn our VHF off. And there we have it, guys. And that is how we dock alongside. Really hope you guys enjoyed that video. I look forward to seeing you next time. See you and ciao.